The Secret Life of Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, one of the greatest actors of all time, is immediately recognized when the names Neo or John Wick are mentioned. However, who is Keanu Reeves behind the camera, and what is his life story? Childhood. Keanu Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His family moved to Australia, then New York City, and finally to Toronto, Canada, where they established a permanent residence and raised Keanu. Keanu is a Canadian citizen, even though he appears to be of American descent and portrays numerous American characters. He was an avid ice hockey player as a youth and even served as a coach for a hockey team. Keanu had the opportunity to audition for the Windsor Spitfires, a team in the Ontario Hockey League, and turn professional. However, his true passion was acting, and he ultimately pursued that path. Keanu did have the opportunity to portray a hockey professional in the 1986 film Youngblood, which starred Rob Lowe and Patrick Swayze. It is possible that Keanu was destined for fame from the beginning. His mother was a costume designer, and he grew up with celebrities frequently visiting his home, despite his appearance as an ordinary, down-to-earth individual. In particular, he recalls Alice Cooper engaging in practical pranks with the housekeeper. Career revolution. He encountered a certain degree of difficulty with his appellation when he traveled to Hollywood. His father was of Hawaiian descent, and the appellation Keanu translates to cool breeze over the mountain. However, when Keanu embarked on his acting career, some agents recommended that he altered his name to a less unusual name. He briefly adopted the name K.C. Reeves, before concluding that it was unappealing. Subsequently, he adopted his distinctive name, and the rest is history. Before landing a role in a Coca-Cola commercial in 1984, Keanu played a few roles on stage and Canadian television. To completely embody the role of a cyclist in the Coke commercial, he even shaved his legs, as is customary for a cyclist. Keanu subsequently appeared in numerous minor roles in television shows, commercials, and films until his breakthrough role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a significant starring role that solidified his status as one of the most beloved actors of all time. In the 1989 time travel slacker comedy, Keanu portrayed Ted Theodore Logan. His immediate bond with his co-star Alex Winter, who portrayed Bill, secured the dual roles that they subsequently reprised for sequels and an animated series. Hollywood. Keanu's Hollywood career truly began to flourish following the release of this film. Keanu was inundated with prominent roles during the 1990s, rendering it impossible to compile an exhaustive list. Alongside Patrick Swayze, he starred in Point Break in 1991, then in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey and My Own Private Idaho. Another iconic role was added to his already extensive resume when he starred in Speed with Sandra Bullock in 1994. In 1991, Keanu, Greg Miller, Brett Domrose, and Robert Mailhouse, along with other actors, established the alternative rock band Dogstar, which further developed his musical abilities. They continue to perform together to this day, and in 2023, they delivered their first performance in 2 decades at the Botla Rock Napa Music Festival. Keanu's acting has not always been well received without criticism, despite his popularity. Francis Ford Coppola directed Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1992, in which he portrayed Jonathan Harker. Keanu was subjected to a certain degree of derision due to his exceptionally plummy English accent. Coppola stated that Keanu had made a concerted effort to achieve the correct dialect, but it had ultimately resulted in an awkward situation. The film was nominated for numerous awards and continued to generate substantial revenue. However, Keanu was not among the recipients. He served in numerous additional capacities during the 1990s, each of which was a mixed bag. Nevertheless, he did appear in films with some of the most prominent actors of the era, and at one point, he even agreed to a substantial salary reduction to allow the studio to recruit Al Pacino to co-star in The Devil's Advocate in 1997. However, as the 1990s concluded, Keanu secured a role that would permanently solidify his Hollywood status. Private life. Keanu, despite his immense celebrity status, has maintained a modest demeanor and has maintained the privacy of his personal life. His optimism and generosity are among his most highly regarded qualities, equally among admirers and in the professional sphere. Unfortunately, his life has not always been without its challenges, and he has experienced several catastrophes that have undoubtedly influenced his perspective on the world. In 1993, River Phoenix, Keanu's closest companion, passed away due to a drug overdose at the young age of 23. It was not until 1999 that Keanu and his then partner, Jennifer Syme, lost their newborn daughter, who was stillborn. 2 years later, Syme was killed in an automobile accident. Keanu has maintained a relatively discreet romantic life. However, he has been associated with Jill Stolen, his co-star in an early film titled Babes in Toyland, and is rumored to have briefly dated Sofia Coppola in the early 1990s. In addition, Keanu was once believed to have been involved with Amanda de Cadenet, and he was in a relationship with Claire Forlani from 2004 to 2006. In recent times, he has been candid about his affection for his companion, Alexandra Grant. They have been in a relationship for several years and made their public debut at a red carpet event in 2019. Keanu may be wedded to Winona Ryder, even though they never engaged in an official relationship. Given that a real-life Romanian priest officiated at the wedding during filming, people have joked that the wedding scene in Dracula might have been an accidentally real wedding. Keanu is not only a highly private individual, but he is also highly regarded in every location he visits. An older paparazzi image of Keanu sitting on a bench and eating a sandwich served as the inspiration for the Sad Keanu meme. It dominated the internet, as these things often do, and rendered Keanu even more relatable to the general public. He subsequently stated that he was famished, which is why he appeared as he did in the photograph. But regardless of the cause, the general public appears to appreciate the candid photographs of Keanu, and he is frequently photographed engaging in everyday activities. He may be reclining against a wall, sipping on soda or coffee, or he may be carrying a plastic bag. However, the most significant aspect is that he appears entirely ordinary and devoid of any Hollywood-like qualities, which is why people adored him. Indeed, it is a universally recognized fact that Keanu Reeves is the most amiable individual in Hollywood. He donates millions of dollars to charity in a manner that is both discreet and unobtrusive, frequently operating anonymously, much like he does with all of his other endeavors. In addition, he is reputed to have demonstrated his gratitude to the stunt performers in the John Wick films by purchasing them gifts, including Rolex watches. For the stunt team in The Matrix Reloaded, he procured Harley Davidsons. In addition to his evident generosity, he is always willing to lend a hand and has been known to carry items on set to assist the crew. Keanu has been riding motorcycles since he first learned to ride them while filming a film in Germany because he is an avid enthusiast. Upon his arrival home, he acquired his bicycle and has been amassing it ever since. His 1973 Norton Commando is his preferred model, and his enthusiasm for motorcycles is so profound that he co-founded a custom motorcycle emporium in California. Keanu is no stranger to motorcycle-related injuries due to his passion for motorcycles. He has sustained severe injuries, including the loss of several teeth, a ruptured spleen, and a fractured ankle over the years. In summary, Keanu Reeves is not only a legitimately kind and humble individual, but also one of the most iconic actors in Hollywood, recognized for his roles as Neo in The Matrix and John Wick. His ascension from a youthful hockey enthusiast in Canada to a global superstar is characterized by a down-to-earth demeanor that endeared him to fans and colleagues, as well as a dedication to his craft and resilience in the face of personal tragedy. Keanu's unique combination of talent and humility, which he exemplifies despite his fame, has cemented his status as a Hollywood legend. He remains private, generous, and approachable. What is your opinion of Keanu Reeves? Please inform us in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I appreciate your attention and look forward to our next encounter.